Right, all right.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hey, dudes.
Hi.
Hey, dudes.
Guys.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Welcome to the Good Time Supper Club, everybody. We're the Band of Heathens. This is, what week is this? Week
17?
17. Wow.
Crazy.
Casi siete.
Well, I'm getting ready to graduate high school.
Yeah.
Cherish these precious times.
Yeah, man.
PT.
Well, it's great to see everybody out there in the streaming world. Should we dive into some tunes here?
Yeah, let's get it.
30 miles on the Gulf Stream, I can hear the south wind moan. Bridges getting lower, all the shrimp boats coming home. The old man down in the quarter slowly turns his head, takes a sip from his whiskey bottle, and this is what he said. I was born in the rain on the Ponce train underneath the Louisiana moon. Don't mind the strain of a hurricane, they come around every June. The high black water, a devil's daughter, she's hard, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Man came down from Chicago, gonna set that levee right. He says, need to be at least 3 feet high or won't make it through the night. But the old man down in the quarter, he said, don't you listen to that boy. Water be down by the morning, he'll be back to Illinois.
Well, I was born in the rain on a Ponce train underneath the Louisiana moon. Don't mind the strain of a hurricane that come around every June. The high black water, a devil's daughter, she's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. Nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. "30 miles on a Gulf Stream, I can hear the south wind moan. Bridges are getting lower, the shrimp boat's coming home. The old man down in the quarter, he slowly turned his head. I take a sip from his whiskey bottle, and this is what he said. I was born in the rain on a Ponce train underneath the Louisiana moon. Don't mind the strain of a hurricane that come around every June. The high black water, a devil's daughter, she's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Yeah. Someone said, I'll have whatever Trevor's having. They think you're having a good time. Trevor, you're on a natural high over there, right?
Yeah,
people the
Mississippi Uptown, Toodaloo from the Cross Distilling, our buddy Chad.
Ooh.
The tasty spirit.
Thanks, Chad.
Sure is.
It's a clean burn. It's a clean burn.
Oh. Nice.
Man, those shrimpy boats are coming home, man.
Shrimpy.
You need a clean burn for that.
Speaking of shrimp, Trevor is a big fan of the shrimp. If you guys didn't know that out there. We know that because we've had about, I'd say over under of a couple thousand dinners together. And
shrimp kebabs, baby.
Big fan of shrimp kebabs. Trevor's also a big fan of the shrimp and grits. If that's on a menu,
shrimp and grits for breakfast.
You can be sure he'll be getting that. Yep.
I think there's really only one shrimp meal that's worth mentioning.
What's that, Richard?
I think it was Mr. Sir Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
coconut shrimp in Montreux.
Yeah.
That's right.
Although did anyone actually eat that?
I did. I had to.
Yeah.
When Quincy Jones hands you shrimp,
Eat it.
shrimp that's several hours old, fried shrimp, you eat it. You don't think twice. Thank you, Quincy. Yes, sir.
Yes.
For you who don't know what we're talking about, we had the good fortune of running into Quincy Jones in Montreux, Switzerland, a few years back when we played the Montreux Jazz Festival, and we met him at an after-hours hang at a club, and we sat down and had a really good time talking with him, and he had some shrimp at the table that I thought I was going to see Richard, who's follows a vegan diet. I thought I was going to see Richard actually eat shrimp for the first time from Quincy Jones.
I mean, that was as close as I will ever come in my lifetime to eating.
I can't believe you didn't do it. You should have done it.
Rich was about ready to fall on the shrimp grenade for all of us.
That's true. Yeah, I was motioned to first. I remember that.
Oh, man.
All right.
Well, let's keep going with some music. We got a new record coming out in September, and we're super excited about it. And we're kind of slowly releasing songs leading up to that. This one recently came out. It's called Black Cat. Let's see here. Did you ever hear the story of a stowaway child went to New York to start again? Running from a man stood 7'2" with a shadow that never ends. Always know who your people are. Don't forget where you're from. They'll lift you up and keep your feet on the ground. It's a fight till the death and it's done. Know where you come from. Turning to the world of the underground ring of blood, sweat, beast, and brawn. No one could take Augustinio swinging. He could fight till the break of dawn. On New Year's Eve, a man brought a black cat to the ring to steal his crown. Augustinio fought that beast all night till he finally put the panther in the ground. Always know who your people are. Don't forget where you're from. They'll lift you up and keep your feet on the ground. It's a fight till the death and it's done. Know where you come from. 29 years till he finally called it the legend all but told. Down in the garden there's a 7-foot statue of a black cat lined in gold. Always know who your people are, don't forget where you're from. He was laid to rest underneath that statue. It's a fight till the death then is done. Know where you come from. Know where you come from.
Yeah. So in between tunes, I threw out the request line and had one for this one. I haven't played this in a bit, so I'm gonna do it. This is one off of the One Foot in the Ether record. This is called "Say." Well, keep on saying it's not the kind of car I drive. There's so much gold in the world, but we're lucky we get by. You know that blood is thicker than wine. You don't see it till you go stone blind. Open your eyes, see by the light of the moon. You just say what you wanna say and do what you wanna do. Go on your own way, let me go on mine too. Where we started a family, built up a house and a home. You got hopes and aspirations, but it won't always keep you on. You know that love is the only thing moving mountains, put the crowns upon kings. Open your heart up to the light of the moon and just say what you wanna say and do what you wanna do. Go on your own way, let me go on mine too. We'll just say what you wanna say, do what you wanna do. Go on your own way, let me go on mine too. Just say what you wanna say, do what you wanna do. Go on your own way, let me go on mine too. Go on your own way, and I'll be coming home soon. 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 Hang on a second. We're having a technical difficulty. Our piano player is still muted.
Mute.
We got you up in the booth.
Wait,
Got you up in the booth.
I'm getting all these alerts. Oh, geez. I had this sweet intro going.
How embarrassing, dude.
Do
How
it again. No one missed it the first time.
All right. Well,
Kind of got
Yeah.
off the rails there.
no, that was beautiful. Thank you,
Thanks,
Trevor.
So you
Beautiful
told
as
everybody
always.
last week
Thanks.
what your drink's going to be.
What was that?
You told everybody last week what your drink's going to be.
I did. So we'll see how many people are actually following along here. But we're gonna do a dry Manhattan. It's an old school cocktail. One of my personal favorites. We're doing it with Bullet Rye here. So I actually have my test one here. Well, my second test one. They're going good. It's working out. We're gonna start with a full shot of rye whiskey. We're gonna do 1 ounce dry vermouth. Thank you. Vermouth.
Where'd you pick that up?
Oh, excuse me.
Birdie, come here.
Excuse me, Birdie. All right, we're gonna do a couple dashes of bitters, and I'm actually doing it into this mixing glass over ice, and you'll see I'm gonna do a couple splashes of bitters there. I'm just gonna mix it with the ice. So it's cold, and you'll serve it in a cold martini glass, which
Delivered by Birdie.
is delivered sweetly by Nikki and Birdie. And you got a nice cold frosted martini glass, and you have a nice old school dry Manhattan. Oh. The bartender would get fired at a bar for doing that, but it's okay. I'm not a bartender, so.
Cherry?
Yeah, cherry. Yeah, we're gonna actually garnish it with a maraschino cherry too. There's your dry Manhattan, and we're bringing some Luxardos
Toothpick?
maraschino cherry. Oh, nice. We're really coming together here.
Really nice.
You got a nice maraschino cherry. And there you go. You got yourself a nice classy cocktail for date night. So if you guys are actually following along and making a dry Manhattan, let's see them. I want to tag us in photos or something. See
Dude.
what yours are looking like.
Very nice.
Cheers, dude.
Yeah.
Cheers, y'all.
Well done.
Nicely done, dude.
Sorry, I got a dog just squeaking away over here.
Oh, sorry.
It's awesome. It's
We
real
need to
life.
call in the production truck. We need some help from outside tonight.
Yeah.
We're also actually for anybody that's around in Middle Tennessee, we're in the middle of a pretty gnarly rainstorm right now. So you may be hearing some background noise from that as well, but that's why we're drinking and keeping cozy.
What
Cheers,
else is
everybody?
new?
Well, we'll get back to some music, but we want to say we got a special guest coming up later on in the show, and we had some good comments just a second ago. I love seeing somebody was talking about how they've been with us for 17 weeks here on the Good Time Supper Club, and it feels like there's a community of people that have gotten to know each other. So anyway, I just think that's really cool. I feel the same way. It's like family here on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, I feel like I'm finally getting to know you guys.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We Ed and I have been doing a bunch of personal shows. We call it the Lifeline Tour, and you can book these personal Zoom concerts. We've had a really good time doing that. Actually, I don't even know if we released any August shows yet or not on the website.
We didn't, but there's a few more left for Saturday night. So if we can get
Saturday
those
night.
filled up, we will release some more for August.
Nice. Cool. Well, Nelly, is there anything you'd like to say? No? Should I just play a song? All right. I'm going to play a song here from the request line. Here we go.
Look at Miss Ohio, she's running around with a rag top down. Says she wants to do right just a night right now. Gonna drive to Atlanta, live out this fantasy, running around with a rag top down. Yeah, she wants to do right just a night right now. Your arm around her shoulder like a regimental soldier. Mama's pushing that wedding gown. Yeah, she wants to do right just a night right now. Oh me, oh my, oh. Look at Miss Ohio, she's running around with a rag top down. Says she wants to do right just a night right now. About it, you don't have to shout it. I'm gonna straighten it out somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna do right just a night right now. Oh me, oh my, oh. Look at Miss Ohio, running around with a rag top down. Yeah, I'm gonna do right just a night right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do right just a night right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do right just a night right now.
Yes. Gordy, you're frozen right now. I don't know if you're seeing that. We're gonna go over to Los Angeles right now. Richard,
Hey.
what's happening?
I'm not frozen right now, am I?
No, you're solid, man.
Okay. I feel like that's
You're
stress.
warm, bud.
I'm stressing about that almost the entirety of the show, even though I only really need to talk once, but I'm always thinking like, oh, is my internet out, or like. Anyways, all right, good. We're all good here. I hope everybody's doing well. We are back for another week talking about records. So I want to dive in pretty quick because I'm going to talk about 2 records here. So we're going to kind of fly through. First up, I would like to say rest in peace, Peter Green. I'm sure everybody caught the news, but Fleetwood Mac co-founder Peter Green and guitar playing virtuoso extraordinaire passed away recently. Sorry. And so I'd like to talk about his first debut record, his first solo record, his debut record, and it's called The End of the Game. So quick like backstory on Peter. He replaced Clapton in John Mayall's Blues Breakers, and Clapton said he has the sweetest tone I ever heard. He was the only one who ever gave me the cold sweats, and those are some major props coming from Eric Clapton. So post Blues Breakers in 1967, Peter Green started Fleetwood Mac with another ex-blues breaker, Mick Fleetwood. And Peter wrote a lot of tunes. After their first like few records were mostly like blues, you know, covers and standards and stuff, but he started writing, and specifically he wrote a song called Albatross that actually was a major influence on the Beatles. And like I said before, if I can tie anything into the Beatles, I will absolutely do so. So let's talk about that real quick. So you have the song Albatross, and on the recording of Sun King, George Harrison said, let's be Fleetwood Mac doing Albatross just to get going. So George said that they were specifically inspired by Albatross, and I didn't provide a link for it, but if you got a second tonight or a minute, look up Fleetwood Mac's Albatross. Oh, you know what? Actually, I included it on the playlist. Okay, never mind. So Albatross is on the playlist that you're going to see a link to later on. But yeah, check that tune out and then listen to the Beatles' Sun King. So Peter wrote that tune, and he wrote Black Magic Woman, which most of y'all will probably know as Santana, the Santana song. So Peter leaves Fleetwood Mac in 1970, and that year he records and releases his solo LP, and it's self-produced, but it's basically a jam. It's a long jam that was edited together. So it's actually a really great ride if you listen to it from front to back. And bring a joint with you, because it's a pretty heady record. A lot of cool sounds and great grooves. It was engineered by Martin Birch, who would go. He did some of the Fleetwood Mac records that Peter was on, and then he continued working with them. He engineered the Faces, Iron Maiden's like almost entire output, some Black Sabbath records. So he's a pretty heavy dude himself. But yeah, so check that record out. And then I was going to talk about this next record. I was planning on it, and then Peter passed away, so I wanted to bring up that record. And hopefully y'all check that one out if you've never heard it. It's great. But I also wanted to talk about Tony Joe White's debut LP, Black and White. So Peter put that record out in 70. Tony put this record out in 69. It was recorded in Nashville at RCA Studios and was produced by Billy Swan. And I think it was Billy Swan's first production. And he's an accomplished songwriting musician in his own right. So if you're not familiar with him, check out his debut record, I Can Help, which I think is from 74 or 75. That's a badass record. And it has one of my favorite covers of an Elvis song, probably my favorite cover of an Elvis song. So check it out. I Can Help. Great record. So this record contains two of Tony Joe's most popular, or one of his two most popular songs, Polk Salad Annie. It had been out as a single for 9 months before it actually got on the charts. So the label had already figured that the record was a failure. And then there was a major turnaround, and it ended up reaching number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1969. So it took almost the whole year, but put Tony Joe on the map. And then his next record even further did that, and he had Rainy Night in Georgia, which has been covered by so many people. Polk Salad Annie was a staple in Elvis's 70s set list. He did it almost every night. So Tony Joe penned some good tunes that had a lot of high profile covers of. But yeah, check those records out. You'll see a link to a Spotify playlist where I actually put both of them in there. If you have Spotify, you can listen to them there, and Albatross. And then there's a link to Waterloo Records, the record store in Austin that we all love. where you can get a copy of Tony Joe's Black and White. I didn't see that they had Peter Green's record, but you can definitely just get in touch with Waterloo if you want to buy a copy, and they'll find it. They'll get it. They have a lot of distributors, so yeah, that's all I got, and hope y'all dig on the tunes. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Nice, dude.
Love it.
Rich, Final Richie, y'all.
Billy Swan, Don't Be Cruel.
Dude, Don't Be Cruel. That is such a bad-ass version of that song.
Go find that, people. Go check it out. That'll spin your world around in a big way.
Yeah.
Speaking of spinning your world around, when I was a younger man, I was very inspired by the writing of one gonzo journalist, Hunter S. Thompson, and many years later, completely unrelated, I was having a little walk around my neighborhood. This is a number of years ago, back when I was living in Austin, and I always, not always, but I tend to get ideas for songs and melodies when I'm walking, and I kind of can like clear my head, and this was one I just happened to be taking kind of as the sun was going down, and as my walk was like fading light going into darkness, I kind of like got this idea and started singing these words to myself. And by the time I got home, I grabbed a piece of paper and started writing down all these lyrics, because the whole thing just sort of came to me so fast. It was almost writing itself. That's kind of once in a while you get some gifts like that as songs, and you just, when that happens, you have to just take attention and clear whatever else you were planning on doing and just try to get it down. So that's this song, and this is LA County Blues. Well, I was never one for compromise. I couldn't fit at school. Gowns about the 7th grade, I played them all the fool. I couldn't find shoes my size, had to walk 10 miles. Blisters on the backs of my soul, and an illegal somehow. Burning down Las Vegas town, had to sleep by noon. Drank my money on a red roulette, that's a ride you can't refuse. 5 hours down with a sunrise frown, lightning in your shoes. Well, it's 1 foot in the ether with the LA County Blues. They got me on accessory, 30 days in jail. 1 headlight in Louisville now, without a chance at bail. But I'll be home by Derby town, so please save me a seat. For mint juleps on the outfield grass, the old South tastes so sweet. Burning down Las Vegas town, had to sleep by noon. Drank my money on a red roulette, that's a ride you can't refuse. It's 5 hours down with a sunrise frown, lightning in your shoes. Well, it's 1 foot in the ether with the LA County Blues. You can call me Mr. Raoul Duke. I know what you mean. Blinded by a quart of rum and a dose of mescaline. A Mint 400 couldn't slow me down. I kinda like the speed. Well, the failure of our generation for a couple bags of weed. Burning down Las Vegas town, had to sleep by noon. Drank my money on a red roulette, that's a ride you can't refuse. 5 hours down with a sunrise frown, lightning in your shoes. Well, it's 1 foot in the ether with the LA County Blues. It's just a 1 foot in the ether with the LA County Blues.
Yeah, man.
Can't wait to rip that one out electric style when we get back on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to do like 13-minute versions of that? Awesome.
You mean back in the good old days?
Oh yeah, back in the good old days.
All right. Well, let's see. I think I'm back here.
Alright.
Welcome back, Gordy.
Into the
Frozen.
unfrozen. I'm glad y'all could still hear me. Struggling over here, but computer crashed. Made it back. It is now the time in our segment where we're gonna bring a special guest into the show, and we're trying to see if the technical side. There we go. All right. We would like to welcome our friend Mark Wystrach from the band Midland to the show. Everybody say hey to Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Mark, what's
You
happening?
unmuted here. You get a little microphone on. You there?
Boom. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, man.
Well, gentlemen, I apologize already because I'm not a technical dude, not the IT guy in our band. I got these things, the AirPods, and they work great on everything except for like an Apple computer or an Apple phone or anything. Not sure what they made these things for. How you guys doing?
Good, man. On the
Yeah.
show.
All right, I'm
All right,
officially
what are you
allowed.
pouring there?
Well, I'm gonna pour a little tequila, man.
Woo!
I started a tequila company with my bandmates, and it's something we've been working on for about 3.5 years, and something I've been passionate about my whole life. Started drinking it way before my parents probably hoped I would, but I love it, and just put the kid down while she's kind of going down. So I've earned myself a drink, guys. And
Nice.
thank you guys for having me, man.
Yeah, good to see you, Mark.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of y'all's ever since I moved out to Austin about 6 years ago. When I got there, you kind of get your bearings really quick about who's the real deal and who are the dudes and the gals you got to look up to and try to learn from. And you guys definitely were. And our good buddy David Garza was the one. I think the first time I met you guys, I was introduced by David. And anyhow, man, I have one memory of playing a show with you guys. I think it was South by Southwest. Maybe I'll remember this, but it was like a Gibson fashion party
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
deal. And we were just pumped because we were, we were getting to like open for y'all. And this was like a big deal for us. We were pumped. I think it was my first South by Southwest. And of course it starts pissing rain, and where they had set it up was just like this smooth cement tile. And they had all these models, male and female. They were in boots and they were in high heels, and everybody was just eating shit and falling over. You're trying to perform, and these models are just going down left and right. And
I
you guys
remember
still
that.
killed it, man.
Yeah, man, I remember that.
That's true.
Yeah, that I think that might be the only show we've done with you guys. You guys have since exploded into the stratosphere. You guys are killing it right now. Tell us, for those in the Band of Heathens world who may not be familiar, tell us about your journey. Tell us about the beginnings of the band.
Yeah, well, it goes back a ways. I know that y'all have some pretty crazy pedigree when it comes to your guys' backgrounds and influences. And Gordy and I were chatting a little bit over the last couple of days about Delbert and Gary Nicholson and some of the amazing musicians that y'all have got to, and your parents who have played with Delbert, who's just a heavy hitter, and I'm a huge fan. I've had a strange, when your dreams start coming true, I had the strange kind of opportunity to get a write with Gary Nicholson, who's been Delbert's longtime producer. And my journey, sorry, man, taking you back, I grew up out in Arizona, south of Tucson, on a big cattle ranch out there. When I was a little kid, it was 18,000 acres. And I used to be a cowboy, man. I'm pretty city-fied now. But when my mom grew up there, and she finally convinced my dad to move back when he was done with the Marine Corps. My old man was a fighter pilot in the Marine Corps. And they toured around the U.S. for 20 years. My mom finally said, hey, I did this, now you do this. You come back and move back to the ranch. But my dad's a city kid. Grew up in L.A. And the first thing he did was go to the local honky-tonk, a little place called Stakeout. It was built there in 1908, 1910 as a gas station. And slowly, as all the great honky-tonks do, over the weekends, the old owners would just get their buddies to come over, and they just kind of add a new section on that way before there was a building code or a building inspector. And this was just one of those classic roadhouses. And my old man bought it in 1977. I was born in 1980, and we were there every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There was live music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So ever since I was in the womb, I was around live music, and I just loved it. Both my parents are huge fans of music. My dad has not a musical bone in his body. My mother is a beautiful singer, and she always dreamed of being a singer. And on her side, she's got musicality. And I wasn't one of those kids. My parents never gave me a lesson. We just kind of worked on the ranch. I just always loved it. So I was pretty late to it, and I just loved singing. My brother and I were obsessed with music. We spent all our money buying CDs. For you younger kids out there, you're gonna have to Google what a CD is. I know that at least some of y'all remember what those are. And it kind of came a little bit later, man. I was always singing, and we used to get on stage and sing with the band, but it was really like when I was 19. That's when my sister gave me a guitar and for my birthday, because she knew I liked to sing, and I was determined to learn this thing. I'm doing it backwards. That's supposed to be a joke, but figure out how to play 3 chords and strum and keep rhythm, and then just start writing, and that's kind of how it started. And then, I didn't really have a professional foray. I was always into music, and I was a musician technically since I was 19. And I was in LA for 10 years, and I met these guys named Cameron Duddy and Jess Carson that were in this cool rock and roll, Americana kind of Bruce Springsteen, Strokes-ish kind of band. And I ended up becoming friends with them, and the lead singer, Jess Carson, he left town, and I finally got the nerves to kind of form my first band, and I kind of picked up the pieces of his old band in the mid-2000s. And I started this kind of alt country rock and roll deal called the Young Whiskey. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I didn't really have any taste of the professional kind of music business. We were just playing music and trying to put shows together, and hell, nobody would come to our shows. Every once in a while you get 80 people, and it's pretty cool, but we were just passionate about it. We were just passionate about rehearsing 5 days a week and going to the studio and recording and kind of exploring. But all my dreams were just that. They were just dreams of being a musician. I loved it, but I didn't see how it was ever going to happen. I didn't know anybody that could make it happen,
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Just for a little perspective on knowing people in the music business and professional starts to bands, we our band started getting drunk and playing on Wednesday nights at a club in Austin, and we were so proficient in music business that we released 2 live albums to start our career. So just to give you a little perspective.
Yeah, but you guys know how it is, and it's kind of hard to put a finger on what the journey is. And
Totally.
there was a bunch of just failures. You know, my first band imploded. I didn't talk to my now bandmate Cameron for like 6 months. I was so mad at him. Felt like he had given up on us, and I just kept playing. So it was just this personal thing, and I was like, never again am I going to let anybody tell me what to do. I'm just going to make music for myself. And occasionally, if I'm drunk enough, somebody hands me a guitar, I'll play at the party, and I'm not going to do it. And then slowly, of course, people started asking me to come play solo shows. So I started playing solo shows. And then we were out at Cameron's, my bandmate's wedding 7 years ago. And lo and behold, the old lead singer that I used to go see Cameron and his band, Jess Carson, was there. And it was kind of one of those weird kismet, magical moments where Jess and I started playing, and then Cameron picked up a guitar. And that was the first time the 3 of us played, was at Cameron's wedding when we were his groomsmen. And that's my mother-in-law's dog barking. She must be part of this. And then to give you guys the not so boring, the quick one, it was just 3 friends that had a bunch of songs that we had written, and we just missed playing music again. All of us had kind of taken a hiatus from it. Not Jess, because he was already out hanging with David Garza and living in Austin, and he had a really cool outfit called King Clifton that he was trying to get going. But that's what it was. It was just we scrounged up some money. We went out to this place called the Sonic Ranch, and we had David Garza produced it and was our babysitter and was we called him the sacerdote de buena onda, the high priest of good spirit, because he, we would drink way too much, and he would have to step in and settle the arguments. And he kind of taught us as a trio or as a band how to get along and how to use that creative tension and funnel it into something that was just driving you to be better and to kind of not accept, mediocrity. And then, as I like to say, as you guys know, you got to be talented to do this. You got to be a little bit crazy and or stupid. In my case, I'd say a little bit stupid. And then you got to be lucky. So the timing of it, getting us together, and then we were able to send some demos out to the manager, and it kind of took off from there, man. But it started as you guys know, it's a lifelong journey from this point to the beginning. So it's pretty wild. I still can't believe it. Although in 2020, it seems like the dream, it was just a dream, right?
Yeah.
As John Lennon said, the dream is over for the time it's on hiatus.
Yeah, man. And I really hope it's not. I think that this whole thing has taught us that it's teaching this whole quarantine and isolation, everything that's kind of happening, I think, is teaching us that we've got to look inwards. And I think when we do come back, which we will, because by nature, I think mankind, human nature is that we love to gather, and we really do all need each other. We all need one another. And there's just nothing like live music, man, communicating with that crowd and getting to do it with your friends on stage. It really is just like the greatest gift. And I still pinch myself that sometimes I get paid to do it, and I hope that'll continue.
Amen to that.
Yeah, man.
And can I ask you guys, you guys did modern sounds in country music, is that right? Or which Ray Charles album did you guys do?
A Message from the People.
Message from the People. That's what you guys did. Ray Charles, that was I loved that. And my first album was Ray Charles, Modern Sounds of Country Music. And
one of the best country records of all time.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. That was, and talk about your journey. That was my mom was like the passionate lover of music. And the first disc she gave me when I was, I think, 10 years old was Ray Charles, Modern Sounds of Country Music, and Johnny Horton's Greatest Hits. And that's she didn't say, because she's not that kind of person, but she basically was like, study this, and you'll be all right. And of course, Marty Robbins, she introduced me to as a young age. Marty is from my home state. He's an Arizona guy, and one of the all-time greatest voices and most interesting figures in country music or music in general. So, girlfriend, I hope on all the good stuff, and I hope we're going to be part of contributing some music that someday some of the kids will. Maybe somebody's mom will give them a Midland record someday. So,
Yeah.
but then she's going to give them a Band of Heathens record and say, "Now study this."
Shit.
Hey, we were talking earlier, and I was asking you about being on Big Machine, the label you're on, and you told me about one of the main reasons you signed to Big Machine and you felt good about that was I think some mutual friends of ours. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. We wrote this. We wrote these songs and we cut these demos with David Garza at the Sonic Ranch, and we just left that experience, that 10 days out in the desert. We just kind of left transformed. We didn't go there with the intentions. We didn't have a band concept or a name. It wasn't like we just went out there as some friends to create this music. And because it's just what we live and breathe for. We love it. And it was such a special experience. And the songs, at least for us, were so special that we kind of put all of our chips in, and everybody left. Me and Cameron were living in California. Jess was already living in Austin. He's like, "You got to get out of here. The scene is insane. The talent's nuts. There's actually venues, where you can make a living. If you don't even have any music released, if you're good enough, you can go play the honky tonks and you can make a living." He's like, this is where the band's got to be. So we moved out to Austin, and then we were lucky to get our foot in the door in Nashville. And long story short, some people heard these demos and we were able to get a meeting with Big Machine. And I remember we got invited to this some party. It was like CMA, Country Music Association party. We weren't invited to it, but we got backdoored in the Big Machine party, and the Mavericks were playing there. And the Mavericks are one of my all-time favorite bands. The whole Tex-Mex, all the rock and roll, the rockabilly, all the different influences that they somehow so seamlessly combine and bring into this confluent place that is the Mavericks. I was about as starstruck as you could be. All of a sudden I look, and Raul Malls is sitting next to me. And he goes, "Hey man," he goes like, "Scott was telling me about you. Like, I hear you're from Arizona and you're a fan," or something like that. And we just started talking, and we were speaking some Spanish, and I was just mesmerized. And he was so cool, and all the Mavericks were so cool. And they were on Big Machine, and I was like, it wasn't fully my decision, but I raised my hand and said, "Hey, if this label's good enough for the Mavericks, we would be lucky enough to sign with them." And that was where I was kind of coming from. Those are the guys that I was inspired by. And I know that you guys know Raul and all the guys. And I know that I follow Raul on the social medias and stuff, and I know that he's been kind of obsessed with the Mellotron. And I think one of you guys was conjuring up on the song that we did. It was somebody using the Mellotron?
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, that's my next investment, man.
Strong investment.
Yep, I got a little tiny house that baby took up. The baby took up the room that was supposed to be my studio. So I've got my 19-year-old garage band studio going on with a computer that gets moved out of the way every time my wife needs to use the phone. So that's what I want. I'm gonna have to, Trevor. I'm gonna have to hit you up on the side and ask you which model I should get.
Absolutely.
Now, hey, Richard, I have a question. Are you any relation to Ronnie?
He is a very distant cousin and would not know who I am. He's a third cousin.
Okay. All right.
We are, man.
That's our drummer is a guy named Robbie Krall, and
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Wait, who's in Nashville?
I am
Jesse?
here. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know Robbie?
I do. I kind of in passing. I don't know him. I don't know him personally all that well. We've met a couple times, but actually we do know Jeff Adamchek, who's been touring with y'all a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff is just one of the sweetest, best guys, and is a
Wholeheartedly
freaking
agree.
powerhouse singer.
Yeah, he's
We've been
amazing. Yeah,
using
his
him
whole
on-
he's amazing. Yeah, he's a badass.
Oh man, he's unbelievable. We've been using him on as a fourth and a fifth with Robbie and him. And during sound check, he's always playing Jackson Brown, and I always have him cut it off because he sounds too damn good, and makes me feel insecure.
That's awesome.
Well,
And-
what's that?
I was gonna say, man, you were talking about the Mavericks and Raul and how they have so many influences. I know I've seen him do Pink Floyd. I've seen him do David Bowie. You know, it's like they can do everything. Raul can sing everything, man. He's awesome.
He is. He's been doing that. This kind of Mellotron.
Yeah.
Smoky lounge singer vibe and all these different songs. And I love all the different kind of takes he's been doing on all these standards and stuff.
Yeah.
He can sing the phone book. He's one of those guys that can make anything sound cool. The band is obviously capable of all genres. And that's something that we aspire for as well now that we've kind of assembled, like y'all a little bit, a little bit of a Frankenstein, Austin, Nashville, a band where we've got our lead guitarist, Luke Cutchin, who I think some of y'all know Luke, based out of Austin for a long time. Me, Jess, and Cameron. And then we've got a guy named Jeff Adamchek on keys and vocals, Robbie Crowell, who's pretty much officially our MD, on drums, bass, saxophone, keys, lead guitar, acoustic guitar. He's just a show off. You know, he's one
Robbie's
of those guys.
sick. He's sick.
Probably like Ed is, right? I see
No,
Ed's got all the-
Robbie's a next level dude. I've done a couple of shows with him, and it was one of those things where like he was playing like two keys parts, and they were like, "Hey, we need like a saxer," and he's like, Garth Hudson's. He comes out from behind the organ, and he blows a sax solo. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, he's amazing.
And Robbie is Robbie and my bandmate Cameron are encyclopedias of music, and I'm as passionate about music as the next guy, but I think I started drinking at too young of an age, and I'm lucky if I sometimes remember like my wife's first name. So trying to remember all the album names and everything. That's not me, but I will sit there and listen in reverence when Robbie and Cameron go off in the tour bus for an hour and a half after the show.
Well,
And I learn a lot from those guys that way, which I dig. So that's fun. But speaking of that, of the Mavericks and the bands that can kind of pull off anything, that is you guys, man. You guys really are such a talented and prolific group. Every one of you guys is so accomplished. And so when Gordy reached out to me and he asked me to come and do this, I was pumped. I thought this would be a blast. And he told me about your guys' segment that you do at the end of the show, where your guest will record a song with y'all. And number one, that's kind of a dream come true for me because I really admire you guys as a band and as musicians. And so I was like, shit, I better not fuck this up. This is my chance to really get something good in. And so I was thinking, I'm thinking about my roots. I'm thinking about, kind of what everybody's been going through. And you tend to go back to the beginning a little bit. And so for me, I've been really diving back into the first music. And I've been listening to a lot of Marty Robbins. And I kind of had to put Marty down for a long time just because I listened to him for so long. But it dawned on me, I wanted to do either this Roger Miller song called "In a World So Full of Love" that was just a demo. That's kind of my favorite, but that would be pretty adventurous to try to create an arrangement for a Roger Miller song that never had one. So then it dawned upon me and said, my favorite song of all time, probably the song that always makes me feel uplifted and makes me believe in some sort of a higher power. I can't explain why. Maybe it's because I grew up about 3 hours west of where this all went down. But the song El Paso City by Marty Robbins, and not to be confused with El Paso. El Paso, of course, was the song that changed Marty Robbins' life. I think it came out in the late 50s or so. It was an old cowboy standard. and it made him a superstar. But later in his life, after he'd been, I think it was in early 80s or late 70s when he cut that. I think he already had 2 or 3 heart attacks. And Marty was a chain smoker, smoked like 2 packs a day. All those guys were using uppers for a long time, and I think he drank quite a bit. And he was also a lot of people say full-time NASCAR driver. And Marty used to go from the Opry, which used to be at the Ryman, and he would shoot to the NASCAR course in Nashville. And he would go straight from a track test to a sound check to a race to a show and a performance at the Ryman. And he was, they say that Marty Robbins kind of lived about 3 or 4 lifetimes in one. And that always kind of struck a chord with me. And I always kind of wanted to live in the moment and kind of see it all. So every time I hear that song, it gives me goosebumps and kind of lifts me up. And so I said, man, maybe we should try to do El Paso City.
It was a great choice, man.
Yeah.
Inspired.
Groovy track.
Gordy,
And so
you got up.
to finish my thought with you guys is like, I'm blown away with the arrangement. And I love the subtle little touches that you guys made it your own. So it was pretty cool. And I want to say that I hope we play, I know we've played one show together, but I hope we can get together very soon when everybody in Austin and around the world is allowed to really do shows properly again. I hope we can all get together and do it for a big, good cause and help everybody that's been struggling. It's been pretty unprecedented times, and we need each other more than ever, and we need to lean into positivity and love and all learn from each other. So I look forward to learning from you guys, and I'm really honored to I haven't seen some of y'all for a while, and I was really touched that y'all reached out to me to be a part of this. So thank you guys very much. It's
Man,
good
thank
to
you.
be
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
This was,
Man, I gotta say too, thanks for picking a badass tune. I actually had never heard this song before, and it's like, it's the shit. I want to listen to it all the time now.
Now the cat's out of the bag. We got to play it before people are chomping at the bit to hear it. So hang out for a sec. Let's watch the video together before you sign off, Mark.
I haven't seen the video yet, man.
Yeah,
but
we got to
I'm
watch the video
excited.
together.
all right. Here we go.
Good.
Here we go.
The world premiere.
Two, three, four. From 30,000 feet above the desert floor, I see it there below. A city with a legend, the West Texas city of El Paso. Well, long ago I heard a song about a Texas cowboy and a girl. In a little place called Rosas where he used to go and watch his beauty world. I don't recall who sang the song, but I recall the story that I heard. As I look down on the city, I remember each and every word. The singer sang about a jealous cowboy and the way he used to gun. To kill another cowboy, then he had to leave El Paso on the run. El Paso City, by the Rio Grande. The cowboy lived and rode away, but love was strong, he couldn't stay. Rode back just to die in that El Paso sand. El Paso City, by the Rio Grande. Try not to let you cross my mind, but still I find there's such a mystery in the song that I don't understand. My mind is down there somewhere as I fly above the badlands of New Mexico. I can't explain what I should know, the very trail he rode back to El Paso. Can it be that man can disappear from life and live another time? Does the mystery deepen cause you think that you yourself lived in that other time? Somewhere in my deepest thoughts, familiar scenes and memories, they unfold. Wild and unexplained emotions that I've had so long, but I have never told. Like every time I fly up through the heavens and I see you there below, I get the feeling sometime in another world I live in old El Paso. El Paso City, by the Rio Grande. Could it be that I could be the cowboy in this mystery? Died there in that desert sand so long ago. El Paso City, by the Rio Grande. Voice tells me to go and see you. Another voice keeps telling me, baby, just awaits me in El Paso. El Paso City.
Yeah. Thank you, Marty Robbins. Thank you, Mark. That
Marty
was
Robbins.
incredible, man. I especially love the extended long note at the end, Mark. I had a good time just mashing up with that and getting a harmony to hang with it. That was
Beautiful singing, Mark.
That was operatic.
Great singing.
Hey, thanks, man. That was an old one take for Marty and the home garage band. Guys, that video was hysterical. That was fantastic. It was just the perfect amount of weird, man. I love it. Hey, that's a long time dream come true. That's arguably, my favorite song of all time. So to get to sing on it, that was the same charge that probably every person goes to karaoke. Once they've been properly lubricated with 4 or 5 drinks and they got the bravery going, they go and sing their favorite song in front of their friends. That was cool, guys. I really appreciate you having me, and we look forward. We're going to be releasing a bunch of new music coming up in the next next kind of 6-7 months straight.
Where can people find your music, Mark?
Anywhere where decent and fine music is streamed or sold, please go to your local record stores or to anybody that still sells some of the stuff. If you like that, if you still like CDs and vinyl, we sell that sort of thing from time to time. But otherwise, you can just you can go to Apple, you can go to Spotify, you can go to all of the myriad of other stuff. And if you guys want, you can follow us at Midland on Instagram, or just go to midlandofficial.com. And, you can find out about all the stuff that we're up to. And I hope that we're going to be up to playing some shows together and doing some collaboration stuff, because, man, you guys are unbelievable. That was a blast.
We will do it for sure,
Thanks,
man.
Mark.
I'm blown away. I don't know who made that, who was in charge of that montage or who
Jesse.
made the video.
Jesse.
Noah Wilson. We're lucky to have him.
I know this gets thrown around quite frequently and sometimes undeservedly so, but you, my friend, are a genius. That was fantastic. That was great.
I'll take it.
Gentlemen, thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
Please
Mark.
be
You're
well.
well,
Take
Mark.
care of
Thank
yourselves.
you.
And
Yeah, man.
I can't wait to see y'all soon and sharing hopefully a marquee and having a swig of Insolito together, gentlemen. I'll buy. Rounds on me.
All
Thanks,
right.
brother. Great to see you, man.
Cheers,
Thanks,
guys.
Mark.
Thank you. Good to see y'all. Be good.
All right, man. Thanks. We'll see you.
You.
All right.
Mark Wystrach of Midland, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was fun. Very cool.
Very cool.
Hey, Mark mentioned doing something for a good cause, and we wanted to mention something tonight. We're just so grateful that everybody has been so generous supporting the band the last few months here through PayPal and Venmo, and it's been it's just been incredible to be able to rely on everybody for that. And tonight, this week, we would like to donate the proceeds from tonight's show to the Dawa Fund, D-A-W-A, and Dawa means medicine in Swahili, and the Dawa Fund is a safety net for people of color who are experiencing short-term life crisis. More specifically, people of color who are musicians, artists, social workers, teachers, healing practitioners, and service industry workers. These are the people who give to others, serve daily and day out for a living, and are often at the highest risk for mental health crisis. So anything you give through the Band of Heathens, PayPal and Venmo this week, we're going to be giving to them. And we also have an anonymous donor who said they're going to match the donations, and which will in turn double it. So anyway, just wanted to mention that. We're so grateful for y'all taking care of us, and we'd like to give back. Now I believe it is time to go to East Nashville. Jesse and Nikki, how y'all doing?
Guys,
Hi, y'all.
we're just making refills over here. Don't mind us.
Yeah, you know, stormy night,
Yeah.
good time supper club.
You know, this is like
Midland.
this is pretty much in my eyes. This is my Friday night. You know, it's like Tuesday night. You save it up. You have the cocktail. You hang, and this is my party night. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's nice. It's like we're all hanging together at a show, but in the comfort of our own home, and we can go to our own bed. You know,
That's
silver
true.
linings of this all,
safely,
right?
drinking responsibly.
Yeah.
That's what we're all about over here. All right.
Yeah. Well, we weren't sure what to do song-wise tonight, but what we've been working on over here is we were supposed to do a tour. I was supposed to do a tour, and I was actually going to bring Jesse and Richard with me in May to do a bunch of songs by Cher, because I love her, and I was wanting to dive into more of her musical catalog. And we decided to get familiar with some of the songs and do some recordings of some of these songs. So we're going to do one for you tonight. It's one that Cher covered by Dan Penn and Spooner Oldham. And
Shout out Spooner.
and yeah, and I actually love Dan Penn and put one of his songs on my last record called I Hate You. And I almost wasn't able to put this song on my record because my managers thought it was too mean of a thing to say. And I actually met Dan and his wife, and she said, "Oh, I just love that song." She says, "He doesn't say I hate you. He says, I'm trying to hate you. And I should know because it's about me." And I was like, oh my God, I love this. He's wearing his overalls. He's always in his overalls, Dan Penn, so he's still a haunt of Nashville. And this is one of his songs that Cher did, and we're going to try it now.
Yep. This is Cry Like a Baby. Ready?
What did I say?
No, we were just talking about
Oh,
it.
yeah, it's called Cry Like a Baby.
All right, ready?
Yeah. When I think about the good love you gave me, I cry like a baby. Living without you is driving me crazy. I cry like a baby.
Wow, what a finish!
Well, I
Oh, you're
wanted
not
to
over.
play,
It's not done.
I wanted to play more of the kazoo, but it's so funny because Birdie, it must hit a pitch in the dog's ear.
Every time it's a little bit of a minor
She keeps-
emergency over here.
She keeps looking at me. I feel like we're in an animal extravaganza.
Yeah.
We can see Birdie right on Jesse's left foot, like kind of just being like, when is the kazoo gonna leave?
Okay, so see?
Oh, she's
No, she's over it. She's
got
a very
eyes.
adjustable dog.
Birdie says, "Make it stop, make it stop."
Yeah.
You know, after the other night, we had a river trip, and we got caught in a major lightning storm, thunder and lightning. And so now that she's experienced that, she's pretty unfazed by most things.
Yeah. She certainly survived the scary.
Harrowing.
Yeah.
A harrowing experience.
Awesome. Well, Jesse, Nikki, thanks. That was beautiful.
Nikki Bloom,
Yes.
everybody.
We're gonna travel back through time to 1972.
Oh, thanks, Ed.
Go find Trevor.
Yeah, it's the dead show of the week, y'all. It's a little Stella Blue. It seems like all this life was just a dream, yeah. Stella Blue. Oh man, what a beautiful song, beautiful lyric. Oh my gosh. And I kind of know how it goes. So the show I picked for this week is from June 17th, 1972. Significant for many reasons. It's, well, I should say it's the Hollywood Bowl. It's the first show back from what is probably the most esteemed, highly regarded tour the Dead ever did, Europe 72. It's their first show back in the United States. The show where they debuted Stella Blue, which Jerry once said was the perfect vehicle for his voice, the perfect song for him to sing. He was always most comfortable singing that song. And so the show is definitely worth checking out for that reason. It's the first time they played it, and it's a beautiful version. And part of what makes it beautiful is it's Pigpen. It's kind of a sad night. It's Pigpen's last show with the Grateful Dead. Nobody knew he would die. Complications of just heavy alcoholism, liver problems. He would die something like 8 months later, 7 months later, March of 73. But he was really, really weak most of the Europe tour. And then this show, he pretty much doesn't play like the first set, kind of comes out for the last few songs of the first set and plays beautifully on the Hammond. And then it's the only version of Stella Blue with Pigpen playing on it. And he plays some beautiful B3 stuff. And a lot of Deadheads love Pigpen for various reasons, but he doesn't really get his props as a B3 player, but his playing on this particular version is of note. And then, yeah, it's just an amazing show. The energy is incredible. It's, I would say at this point in 1972, the Grateful Dead were the greatest rock and roll band in the world. And I'll just throw that out there. I'll put them up against the Stones in 72. Nobody could touch what they're doing. And this recording, there's not a soundboard recording of the show. There's only an audience tape that just emerged, I think, in 2017 on the archive. And it was recorded on one of these, a Unidyne Shure SM57, a basic studio mic, was recorded from about the fourth row at the bowl. Somebody probably held it above their shoulder or something like that. But it's an amazing recording. You have to turn it up loud, but you kind of get a feel for how powerful the band is. And Phil Lesh, oh my gosh, is just ferocious. This show, his tone, and you just really are blown. Just, it's a visceral experience. Even the tape So I highly recommend checking out anything in the first set, but then go right to the Stella Blue, which is towards the bottom of the first set, just to hear the debut, and then Pigpen's performance on it is very noteworthy. So hope you check it out. June 17th, 1972, Hollywood Bowl, first show back from Europe. Very cool. So cheers.
Nice. Thank you, Trev. That was great. We got some comments here. Chris Moss says, "Okay, Richie is a Beatles fan. Trevor's a Dead supporter. Who among the heathens is going to stand up for the Stones?"
All of us.
I don't know if that's fair. You know, I think we've covered more Stones songs in our remote transmissions than we have any other band
That's
here.
true.
But good point. I see what you're saying. You want us to get a little nerdier about the Stones. I see where you're going here. All right. Well, I believe we are here at the Trading Places segment. This is where I'll play a tune Ed normally sings, and he'll play one that I normally sing, and it's been fun. So I'm gonna dive right in. Got the news through aggravation. The last shot came from a crossbow. Lawyers ask for reparation for a work they'd never known and a song they'd never sung. Carolina's looking sweeter. Springtime rolls across the mountains. Past bungalows, the streets are fountains. People wishing on their soul. Rolling water make me whole. July turned green to brown, but I never wanted to leave this town. Austin's been a friend of mine. Texas, we had a time. Spent some time to count the reasons. Loss and pain and changing seasons. But no one leaves an answer for you there. It's just questions you never saw. No, you never saw it coming. July turned green to brown, but I never wanted to leave this town. Austin's been a friend of mine. But Texas, we've had a time. We don't ever talk about it, but you know I can't be without. Lost in the freedom found in a song. You and me, we stayed together through dry seasons and stormy weather. Won't never go wrong, just as long as you're around, as you're around. July turned green to brown, but I never wanted to leave this town. Austin's been a friend of mine. Texas, we had a time. Austin's been a friend of mine. Texas, we had a time. No, you never
never saw it coming. No, you never saw it coming. No, you never saw it coming. No, you never saw it coming.
Yeah, man, beautiful. Woo,
That was beautiful, man. Gosh.
beautiful,
Wow.
Thanks, man.
killer.
Nice song, Ed.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I like that one. It came out good. You never know. Not your version. I mean the song itself. The version was really great. Well, I'm gonna do one of yours, Gordy, and hopefully I can return the favor to you because this is a great song too. So, without further ado, another one from the Sunday Morning Record album, which we've been doing. Gordy and I have been doing a lot of personal concerts, and within the personal concerts, we've been pleasantly surprised to find a lot of people requesting tunes from Sunday Morning Record, and they translate really well in the acoustic setting, and we love playing them. So thanks to everyone that's been doing the personal concerts, and thanks for requesting these songs. So here we go. Strangest thing, how the days go by in the arms of a girl with the indigo eyes. You'll find she'll make you lose your mind in the arms of a girl with the indigo eyes. I dream of a dream on the tip of my tongue. Spokes and the wheels and the webs we've spun. Looking too close, she'd turn me to stone. So neither one said what the other one would. The wind was sweet, the kiss so dry, but the wine was bad by the time we tried. The reds were drawn, the whites did fly, but the wine filled up in her indigo eyes. I dream of a dream on the tip of my tongue. Spokes and the wheels and the webs she spun. Turning her eyes, she looked pretty stone. So neither one said what the other one hoped. Turning her eyes, she looked pretty stone. The indigo eyes told me all I could know. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
It's
You'll notice that's our walk-on music for every show. Every Good Time Supper Club show.
Right.
No shit.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, another week, fellas. What a week.
Wow.
What a show.
What a month. That's it for July. We're
What a
into
month.
August next week.
July.
July.
In the books.
Fly out.
Man, we had Mark from Midland tonight. We had another great remote transmission. Beautiful Nikki and Jesse sesh. Richard informing us of not one but 2 records this evening.
That's
Up in the
right.
musical knowledge.
A wild ride.
Had to do it.
And as if you've been watching, you know that we've been doing these pass the ball around the circle songs to finish things off. And this week we're celebrating the birthday of the great Big Al Anderson, formerly of NRBQ, currently of Big Al Anderson and Al Anderson. Great songwriter, unbelievable character. NRBQ is one of the great all-time American bands. Great cult favorites. If you don't know their music, you should get familiar with it. We're going to do one of his tunes that's been covered by a bunch of artists. But this is from their At Yankee Stadium album, which I also would highly recommend checking out. So without further ado, we got the order. Everybody know where they're coming in?
Man,
We'll find out.
I got mine.
Yeah. All right, cool. This is It Comes to Me Naturally. Yeah, all around town my name is Mud, but I can't help because it's in my blood. I make no secret, it's so plain to see. I jump on anything that's looking good to me. I can't quit it, cause it comes to me naturally.
Well, I like this one over here and I like that one over there. Bring me a dozen, boy, I just don't care. When I'm finished and I'm all out of breath, bring me another and I'll love her to death. I can't quit it, cause it comes to me naturally. Well, open the door and I will walk right in. So much to do and so little time. Well, loving you is all I'm dreaming of. And telling the truth, I ain't got time to lie. Well, I spend my love around the neighborhood. There's no need to ask me cause it's understood. It's just my style. And one more thing, give me your number and I'll give you a ring. I can't quit it, it comes to me naturally.
Yeah, said open the door and I will stroll right in. There's so much to do and so little time. Well, loving you is all I'm dreaming of. Yeah, I'm telling the truth, I ain't got time to lie.
Well, I like this one over here, I like that one over there. Bring me a dozen, boy, I just don't care. And when I'm finished and I'm all out of breath, bring me another and I love her to death. I can't quit it, yeah, it comes to me naturally. Oh, I can't quit it, yeah, it comes to me naturally.
Yeah.
Hey!
Happy birthday, Big Al.
Want to thank everybody for watching this week. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you all for being with us.
Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Hey!
Thanks for coming out. We're the Band of Heathens. What a place. This is our first time here. This is a classy joint, y'all. Thanks for joining us.
I'm not running to get nowhere, kicking back just as much as